My God, how did it come to this?
Well, maybe if we had the other half of our staff that decided not to show up today, would have gone smoother than this.
Josh, it's too late for that now. Let's just get this done.
Sam, I know this is a very sensitive topic for you, but I have to say your taste in suits is subpar.
What are you talking about? This is Amigaldo Zenga Bespoke. Feel how soft it is.
It's not soft on the eyes, and I know your first mistake.
What was that?
You bought Italian.
Hello? Yeah. What? Josh, come on. White House.
Got it. We didn't check.
Talk to me.
Conflict in Ukraine, a border skirmish between the 5 Russian divisions and a handful of armored vehicles.
Why does this affect us?
We have a base in the area, and the Russians don't want any U.S. presence in the district.
Has anyone informed the president or any military personnel?
We've contacted the president and he's on the way.
So what the hell is going on?
And that, son, is how you make perfect shit. Alright, status update.
Russia is trying to take a small district in the south of Ukraine. A little border skirmish shouldn't be our concern, but as we are the owners of the largest military force in the world, they don't want our bases so close to them.
Alright. CJ, I assume you've already assembled a press meeting?
Yes.
Alright, we need to assure the public that we know what we're doing.
Yes, sir.
Get on that.
But if we give up on this little foothold, would they stop here, or would they just keep growing just to collapse?
Look, their political and economic influence isn't even that big to grow enough. Besides, that isn't even the main reason why they collapsed. Their leaders were...
A madman who gave another madman a nuclear ballistic missile.
Okay, let's get off the president's favorite subject here.
Right. Assemble the chiefs of staff, let's get our options on the table and figure out how we can avoid this conflict.
So, Charlie, what do you think the president's gonna do about this whole Russia thing?
I think he needs time to come to this decision. But I think he should meet with the ambassador of Ukraine to sort that conflict out.
Yeah, Russia's really stepping on Ukraine's toes right now.
Yeah, and they're kind of pushing our hand too. They're like, boop.
Yeah.
I'll swing by later to pick it up. Leave your helmet. I'll call you back.
Sam, you can't keep seeing her.
What's the news on the Ukrainian front?
Sam, don't ignore.
The Ukrainian front is more important than my personal life.
Sam is still seeing Lori. Sam, you need to take a break. Nothing good comes from...
How about we leave my private life private and you tell me why you're in my office?
There's a meeting in the Situation Room about the Russia problem in 10 minutes. Sam, you know we need to talk about this.
I'm going to go to the meeting. I'm with the president. Why do we have to declare war? There's got to be another option.
We're looking into alternatives, but the list is slim.
So what I'm hearing is from the people that I have handpicked to be my staff, to help me run the country, is that if Russia decides to invade this small portion of the Ukraine, we will have to go to war.
Well, Mr. President...
Leo, what are we doing? What are my options?
Sir, I think our only option is to stand our ground.
Thank you. Now, Leo, I want you to talk to the ambassador from the Ukraine, see what's going on down there, see if there's anything that we can do to support them. I'm gonna go talk to the Russian ambassador to see if we can avoid a full-on conflict.
Yes, sir.
Let's get this done. Thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedule to meet with me.
Ни за что. Not a problem, Mr. President.
So now, if you don't mind me asking, why does Vladimir want to invade the Ukraine so badly?
First, the province has a very large Russian population. And second, what concerns do you even have in the Ukraine? It's not very many trade deals, you're not a member of NATO. The Ukraine hasn't aided the US in anything.
I was just asking for a peace of mind. But now, the reason why I asked you here is that we have overheard that your people do not want any U.S. presence. Now, what extent do you mean by no U.S. presence?
Nichoko, nothing, ever. What has the U.S. ever done to help our interests and do things that actually help my nation? You can stay out of your business when that nation has nothing to do with you, and you've never done anything to help us. We're done.
Josh, Leo just got a transmission from the Ukraine to the Russians. They said if the US gets involved, they're gonna go nuclear.
Isn't that blowing it out of proportion?
Well, if the US doesn't get involved, they're gonna blow Ukraine out of proportion.
Was the Ukrainian ambassador more forgiving than the Russian one?
Well, there's one thing, sir, that we can't ignore.
What was it? It can't be as bad as invading the Ukraine.
Mr. President, the Russians are threatening to go nuclear if we get involved.
What? That's ridiculous.
What's our move, Mr. President?
Wait, where's the whole staff? It's like half of them didn't show up.
Sir, we can't get involved at the risk of MAD.
But we can't just abandon a sovereign nation.
We can't abandon the people and destroy the world just because of a small fraction of a continent.
Then what's our plan, sir?
I believe the Russians are bluffing. We have gone through stuff like this before, standoffs, but the only difference is that the Russians have raised the stakes, so there's no room to grow for it to increase. I think that we should stand our ground.
So we keep our base and wait.
I know it sounds like a very simple solution to a very complex problem, but I personally believe that this is the best solution for the situation.
CJ? We need to hold a press meeting.
For what?
For the whole situation of nuclear and everything.
Okay, would you like anything special done with that?
Can you just calm the public down? And just reassure them that we know what we're doing?
No problem. I'll get that under control.
Remember, the Russians are probably watching us too.
Got it.
Thank you, CJ.
Yesterday morning, a large column of tanks moved to Donbass. According to witnesses, they stopped on the road and waited for an additional approach of the tanks. A witness said he managed to talk with the drivers of tractors. They said that tanks were going to Donbass.
Does it not bother you that a big country broke international law and invaded and annexed a small country? I mean, that's the base of international law.
Il y a eu un coup d'État en Ukraine.
There was a coup d'etat in Ukraine.
That's what you think?
Oui, non, c'est pas mon avis.
It's not just what I think, it's the reality.
At 2200 hours yesterday, a group of roughly 50 Russians took the city of Kiev in the Ukraine and has halted all resources and any type of material to get into the military base there. Roughly about 150 US troops are there, and we have told to stand down and not to lay fire in order to not escalate the conflict.
Hundreds of thousands of Ukrainians have been rallying in Kiev against their president's U-turn on Europe amid increasingly chaotic scenes. They defied a ban to gather, and while most of the demonstration was peaceful, young radicals used a bulldozer to try to break into Viktor Yanukovych's headquarters. Police intervened. Opposition leaders said the clashes were stage-managed to give authorities a pretext to declare a state of emergency. Nationalist protesters broke into Kiev City Hall and were occupying at least part of the building. Amid the violence, a Euronews crew was attacked by riot police, and our cameraman was wounded.
God, how did it come to this?
Well, maybe if we had the other half of our staff that decided not to show up today, would have gone smoother than this.
Josh, it's too late for that now. Let's just get this done.
Who is this? How did you get this number?
I need to talk to the president.
Who is this?
Я вам сказала, що я Христина Міністра зараз з вами говорю.
Mr. President, it's the Russian ambassador.
Hello?
I think that Russia's gonna pull out of Ukraine. We're done escalating the situation.
Really? Well, thank you for your time. We did it!
And she says yes.
We're looking into alternatives, but the list is slim.
Sam? Seeing who?
Go.
Sam, don't ignore.
Is there anything new on the Ukrainian front?
Leo's taking care of the... Can we start over? I'm so sorry.
No, we're not starting over. You go.
CJ? Yes?
Schedule a press meeting, please.
For what?
For the whole conflict that's going on right now.
We're gonna die!
The Russia one?
No, the other one.
Here's the football. Pass it.
Oh my god, it's empty.
Let me go long.
There was nothing in there.
I'm with the president. Why do we have to declare war? There's gotta be other options.
We're looking into alternatives, but there aren't many that we seem viable.
You proud of yourself?
Getting caught. Room.
Talk to me.
Christina!
Talk to me.
Conflict in Ukraine, a border skirmish between 5 Russian divisions and a handful of armored vehicles.
And why does this affect us?
We have a base in...
Sorry, it's the Russian ambassador.
Yes. Oh, she's in the room. Yes? Really? We're gonna get an F on this project? Got it. Thank you, Mr. Meyer.
What happened?
I didn't know you guys were panning this way.
Ukraine.